Well, on the top line, it looks good, but the devil's in the details here, right? We're really going to be focused on the composition of the profitability and then, of course, what the growth trajectory is for the fourth quarter. But it's really about digging into the details on what has driven the profitability for this quarter, because as was mentioned before, right now, Tesla is a company that makes money on selling CO2 tax credit to other OEMs, and they're not making money on the base business of designing, developing, manufacturing, and marketing cars. So that is not a sustainable business model. It's a bit of a melting ice cube. So they really have to prove and show progress in the core automotive business.
On that point, Mark, when we see more EV launches from the traditional OEMs like GM's Hummer EV that they just announced, we've learned more about in the last 24 hours. Is that a big worry to Tesla? Will it impact their ability to sell those credits?
Well, it will, because as manufacturers sell more EVs, they generate more credits to meet the regulatory, the CO2 and fuel economy regulatory requirements. So, over time, that income is going to go away. And to put it in perspective, I think through the first half of this year, Tesla reported about $220 million in GAAP income, operating income. And when you look at that, they've recorded during that same period over $780 million in revenue for selling these tax credits. So, it's really around looking at the margins. And I heard their margin came in at 9%. Which is a little bit lower than everybody was expecting. So it's really around looking at their Model 3 sales in China going forward. They've been flat for this quarter. That's important because they supposedly make more margin on their Model 3 in China. And also looking at the trajectory of their Model Y sales, because the Model Y shares about 75% of the parts with the Model 3. So the cost basis is pretty good, and they get a higher average selling price. So it's really around looking at those details in the composition of profitability.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.